In the basement of the Ashmolean Museum in Oxford sits an artifact that defies the very foundation of modern biology. It is known as the Weld-Blundell Prism, a 4,000-year-old clay record written in cuneiform. For the first few minutes of the text, everything seems normal. It lists kings who ruled for 10, 20, or 30 years, figures whose existence is confirmed by archaeology. But then, the timeline shatters. Al-Ulim ruled for 20,800 years. Enmenluana ruled for 43,200 years. 8 kings in total, ruling for a combined 241,200 years. To understand these numbers, we must look at the texts surrounding the list. The Sumerians themselves claim that kingship descended from heaven. They identified these celestial rulers as the Anunnaki, those who from the heavens came to earth. In the 1970s, researcher Zecharia Sitchin popularized the theory in his book The 12th Planet, suggesting these weren't gods, but advanced biological entities. While Sitchin's work is often debated by mainstream scholars, the primary Sumerian texts, like the Enmeduranki tablets, describe these beings possessing knowledge of mathematics and divine secrets that were far beyond human capability at the time. But the most chilling aspect isn't just their arrival, it's their departure. The King List shows a biological cliff. After the flood, the rains dropped from 30,000 years to 1,200, then to 100, and finally to the human limit we know today. It's as if a genetic switch was flipped. The Sumerian King List does not exist in a vacuum. Cross-referencing other ancient archives reveals a global pattern of lost longevity. In the Hebrew Bible, the pre-flood patriarchs like Methuselah are recorded as living nearly 1,000 years. In the Egyptian Turin royal canon, the first divine dynasty of gods and demigods ruled for tens of thousands of years before human kings took over. In his book, Fingerprints of the Gods, Graham Hancock suggests that these records aren't mere fantasies, but a memory of a lost epoch, a time when a higher form of human or hybrid existence occupied the earth. If these were just myths, why is the transition from god kings to human kings so consistent across disconnected cultures? The data suggests a shared global memory of a time when life expectancy operated on a completely different scale. Modern science tells us that aging is not a biological necessity, but a technical failure of our cells. We have telomeres, caps at the end of our DNA that shorten every time a cell divides. Once they are gone, life ends. Biologists today are experimenting with telomerase to reverse this process. If we are currently discovering how to extend life to centuries, is it possible that the Anunnaki, or whoever these rulers were, already possessed this biological software update? Some theorists argue that the Great Flood wasn't just a natural disaster, but a moment of genetic harvesting. A point where the long-lived lineage was intentionally phased out, leaving a shorter-lived, more manageable human population. Are we looking at a historical record of a genetic reset? We are faced with two choices. Either the Sumerians, the people who gave us the wheel, writing, and the 60-minute hour, suddenly became incapable of basic arithmetic when writing their own history. Or they were recording a reality we are not yet ready to accept. The names on the later half of the King List are proven to be real. The cities are real. The artifact is real. If the end of the list is a fact, at what point exactly does the truth turn into a lie? Perhaps the unknown archives are not filled with myths, but with a forgotten science. We are a species with amnesia, living in the shadow of a much longer, much stranger past. What do you believe? Was our lifespan stolen, or was it never ours to begin with? Leave your theory in the comments. This file remains open.